unprecedented in history in the West. You know, launching a crypto coin, a meme coin, the Friday before his inauguration under cover of dark, such that someone could put in $10 million into that thing and then say, please stop shipping arms to Ukraine, and we would never know that that happened. I think overrunning co-equal branches of government, just basically ignoring Congress. You know, I could go sending in a mass secret police to terrorize cities and people who've been here for 20 or 30 years when you could just show up with a clipboard and say, hi, car wash, you have Social Security filings for these people. I need proof of their documentation or I'm going to fine you $10,000 a day. We have turned a blind eye to the immigration problem for 40 years because the sad truth of, or the uncomfortable truth about immigration is that people say it's the secret sauce of America. Okay, that's nice. That's a Hallmark commercial, and part of that is true. But the most profitable part of immigration is illegal immigration, because they come across the border when our crops are coming due, or grandma needs her ass wiped, or we want cheap food at a restaurant. And then when the jobs dry up, they don't go on unemployment. They don't collect Social Security. They melt back to their countries. They usually don't stick around longer they pay Social Security taxes, but they usually don't get them. They commit crimes at a lower rate than native-born citizens. They don't call 911 or use the police. So we have turned a blind eye to illegal immigration for 40 years on purpose. Has it gotten out of control? Yes. Has it created real structural problems in the U.S.? Yes. Should we have borders? Yes. He was good at leveraging that and people's frustration, especially in border states. And also a lot of young, struggling men like to blame women for their romantic problems and immigrants for their economic problems. He tapped into that. He flew right into the manosphere. Genius political strategy, focusing on affordability, the asymmetric trade relationship with China. The implementation, it's as if he went to ChatGPT and said, I want to reduce the prosperity of America elegantly and consistently. And then we come back and say, I know, tariffs. I know, scare the best and brightest PhD students from coming to the U.S. I know, reduce the greatest ROI investment in history, investing money through our great academic institutions that produce medical and technological breakthroughs. I know, make people feel bad about America by showing these horrific videos of people who are so ashamed of what they're doing. It's so, their activity is so depraved and vile, they have to wear masks. And people say, well, they could be dogs. Judges put mob bosses in prisons. They don't wear masks. So some of his political instincts, I think, are correct. I think he's a great campaigner. I would argue that the economic policies of America right now, putting drunks in charge of the Department of Defense, putting conspiracy theorists who believe that vaccines cause autism in charge of our health and human services. I mean, I feel like this is literally a clown car running the nation right now. It's a corrupt crime family, all right? And the even worse news is Michael is running the grift, and Fredo's running the government. I wish they brought half the competence to their grift that they're bringing to the government. Trolling around the Gulf and not going to the democracies, Turkey and Israel, because they know they can't give you a plane or a golf course or a building. Only going to the nations that are comfortable saying, hey, take this $400 million plane, wink, wink. Oh, and then, oh, what do you know? You're going to give us Article 5 NATO protection for free? We basically just give Qatar NATO protection, security guarantee. Oh, India accepted a $400 million plane a few months before? I mean, that's just not, that erodes the very fabric of what it means to be American. And it hurts us, it hurts our reputation around the world. It makes us much weaker. Let's start bombing fishing boats that would take 20 stops to refuel and get to Miami in a nation where there's no evidence there is no fentanyl, while we let Ukraine fall. I mean, the poor decision-making here, the incompetence and the corruption are noxious. They're stifling. The optimism is that we've been in worse places than this before. Americans are narcissists and always tend to think this is the worst thing ever. We were interning Japanese families in camps because they were Japanese. Slave owners used to be the most powerful political force in America. We opened fire on veterans marching in front of the White House after the Great Depression, protesting economic conditions. We have been in worse places before. and America has come back stronger. And I believe we are going to come back stronger too.